Hi, welcome back to Uncle Ken and Stranger Than Fiction. Have you seen or read the story of Monkey King, the Chinese classic journey to the West? You know, that monkey born out of a rock, ate some magical pills and became immortal, then wrack havoc in the heaven? If you are to ask a modern Chinese people about these things called Elixir of Immortality or Immortal Pill, they will tell you they are pure fantasies. They will say no Chinese in their right mind will believe that by consuming an immortal pill, one would be able to transform and turn into an immortal. They will tell you many Chinese emperors, scholars and Chinese alchemists died because of mercury poisoning or lead poisoning or other heavy metal poisoning because of consuming such immortal pills. In ancient China, the Chinese people, especially the kings and emperors, had been obsessed with the idea of cracking the curse of human must one day died. The mighty Chinese emperor that is known to defeat all his enemy claimed the title of First Emperor of China. Qin Shi Huang had been sending search parties out of the East Sea to look for immortals, so that he can also learn to be an immortal and rule China forever. Well, he failed. One of such search parties consists of various masons and 3,000 virgin boys and girls might have landed in Japan and never went back to China. It is believed that some of their descendants still live in southern Japan. And the emperor? He died at the age of 49 in 210 BC. Guess he didn't find any of those immortals. Around 100 years after Qin Shi Huang died, during the height of the mighty Han dynasty, there was this emperor, Emperor Han Wudi, who believed in the advice of his royal alchemist, constructed a huge metal plate in his palace to gather morning dew. It is believed that the morning dew is the essence of heaven and earth. To be an immortal, the morning dew is to be mixed with jade powder and down it in one go. We can only imagine how much of this jade cocktails has the emperor consumes throughout the later stage of his life. Well, of all of the jade powders he consumed, he died a sorry old man. Some said he probably died of kidney failure. Later in the Tang dynasty, around year 649 CE, the practice and fashion of consuming some kind of pill was at an all-time high. Virtually everyone were doing it, from the emperor and his royal family, court official, scholar, to anyone who can afford it. According to an official record, the mighty Emperor Taizong died at the age of 53 after consuming immortal pill offered by a foreign monk. Then there is this emperor in the Song dynasty around year 1100 CE, seemingly to have learnt the lessons of previous emperors, actually hire a pill taster to confirm the pill is safe for consumption. Emperor Huizong is also an emperor known to be obsessed with Taoist spiritual practice. During his time, he has built numerous Taoist temples all over the country and hired Taoist alchemists to cook immortal pills. One day, the Emperor Huizong was offered some golden purple color immortal pills. He then summoned his official pill taster, Ding Guan, to the palace to perform his duty. He happily obeyed, for it might be his chance to be an immortal, who knows right. Shortly after ingested the pill, Ding Guan told the emperor that he felt an intense burning sensation in his body. Smokes were coming out of his mouth. The emperor then sent him home to recover. Unfortunately for the pill taster Ding Guan, not sure how many pills he has tasted prior to this, didn't survive this time. Legend has it that after his body was laid into the coffin before his family could bury it into the ground, cracking sounds was heard as if fire was burning in the coffin. The coffin was indeed starting to burn from the inside. Causing a fire disaster, hundreds of houses were reportedly burned down in the neighborhood. A classical Chinese idiom was even made based on this story. Consuming pill for self-immolation. You might begin to wonder, Chinese emperors with all the power and resources at their disposal failed to find the pill and become an immortal. Does this thing even exist? If it really does exist, what is the odds that we can actually find it? During Eastern Han Dynasty, around year 34 CE, comes the founder of the organized religion of the Taoism, Zhang Daoling or Master Zhang Tiansha. This is not to be confused with the founder of Taoist philosophy, author of Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu, who lives around 500 years before Master Zhang. Master Zhang is known for the white magic using Chinese talisman. You know, the little piece of yellow paper written with crimson Chinese magical spell? Legends has it that Master Zhang, with the help of a disciple, spent 3 years using a big cauldron, successfully produced the immortal pills. He ate the pills and ascended. He was seen floating up to the sky in broad daylight. One important note though, it is said that Master Zhang was already an accomplished Taoist master with advanced spiritual practice before he consumed the pill and ascended. The religion he founded has flourished throughout the greater Chinese-speaking world until today. However, his recipe of the immortal pills has seemed to be lost, or so they say, if we are to refer to the writing of another great Taoist master, Chigong. His recipe and ingredients for the golden pill, or jindan in Chinese, including mercury, sulfur, arsenic sulfide, mica, and etc. Heavy metal and poison of the modern day. Would you dare try it? Well, who is Chigong anyway? He was a Taoist master during Jin Dynasty, around 200 years after Master Zhang's era. He was also a court official, general, TCM doctor, alchemist, wizard, and philosopher. One of his books about ancient immortals in China was translated by Robert Campany, an Asian studies professor at Vanderbilt University, with the title of To Live as Long as Heaven and Earth, a translation and study of Chigong's traditions of divine transcendence. The book tells the story of 190 immortals before his time, how they became immortals by consuming some kind of immortal pills and practiced Taoist internal alchemy, mantra chanting, talisman ritual, and other spiritual practices. More importantly though, his Chinese medicine handbook, written 1700 years ago, inspires the extraction of artemisinin for treating malaria and winning the Nobel Prize for 2UU in 2015. That being said, does it mean that his recipe for the golden pill works and we are all set and will be on our way to immortality? It is said that he died while retiring into the mountains in southern China, living a spiritual life for the rest of his life. Taoist believes that he had also ascended together with his wife, who is also a Taoist practitioner. His name appeared in a later book of Immortals list, written in the Yuan dynasty. Throughout history, countless emperor and ancient scholars were known to die of poisoning from consuming such immortal pill, real or counterfeit. Many of those people, though, didn't get the Chinese Alchemist to make the pills for the purpose of getting enlightened. But it was for the purpose of getting high or getting strong in the bedroom. Well, this might be another story for another episode. End of the day, for whatever reason, the crazy and addictive side effects of these pills has caused them to have a rather shorter lifespan. Nevertheless, these tragedies didn't stop the ancient and modern seekers, all for the ultimate goal of reaching immortality. In the modern days, young Chinese studying Chinese history have been told of this textbook, Ancient Stupidity. Modern science has taught us that heavy metals such as mercury, lead and sulfur are poisons to human body. However, there are also modern mystics like Sadhguru, known to consume mercury for its alleged medicinal and spiritual properties. In his website, it is said that Indian system of medicine like Ayurveda and Siddha Vaidya use mercury on a daily basis. Sadhguru said that the consumption of mercury is very much a part of yogic practice. Mercury has been his saving grace. Without it, his body would not be what it is today. It seems the mercury is really adored in India. Indian can be seen wearing mercury balls for health and spiritual reasons. Is this some kinds of modern-day stupidity, or the ancient alchemist and the modern mystic know something that's beyond the frontiers of our modern science exploration? To this day, there are Taoist practitioners in China are farming various herbs for the purpose of boosting their spiritual practice. In the Zhongnanshan Mountains, Chinese spiritual YouTubers were posting YouTube videos demonstrating their effort in farming and processing Solomon seal and other herbs, which are important Chinese herbs for Taoist spiritual practice. It seems the modern Taoist practice of consuming some kind of pills to boost spiritual practice is still very much alive today. Taoist Master Mantak Chia will tell you, consuming a Pai Gu pill made of herbs while fasting and meditating in a dark room for days would lead you to a spiritual advancement and maybe enlightenment, mimicking the ancient Taoist mystics of cooking pills and meditating in some remote caves in the mountain. The truth is, there is no shortcut to immortality. The Taoists believe that we will still need to work on ourselves. There are still lots of shadow work ahead of us to be done in slaying our inner demons, and also cultivating and harnessing the subtle energy qi in our body. In other words, we need to work on both our virtue and subtle energy to be on our way to enlightenment. The pills? If you are lucky enough to find one, like Mantak Chia's Pai Gu pills, done in the right set and setting, is supposed to serve as a booster to the spiritual practice. Then you might ask, what about immortality? Well, a Taoist will tell you, there is a long list of recognized immortals throughout the history. They were all humans like you and me before ascended to be immortals. If you are a real truth seeker, well, that's for you to find out. The truth might still be out there. There are web link and YouTube video link has been added in the video description for those who are curious. Some of the material are, though, only available in Chinese. Well, that's all for this episode, folks. If you like this video, please help hit the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel. See you again in the next episode of Uncle Cannon's Stranger Than Fiction.